Good morning. My name is Rick Gonzalez. Today we're going to work on the fuel pump on a 2003 Honda Shadow Spirit 750. We acquired this motorcycle for one of the kids. He couldn't get it to run. He looked at the carburetors and couldn't get it to run. So I brought it home and I took a look at it, and it has a gravity assisted fuel pump. And I suspect that's the culprit. So our goal today is to remove the old one and put the new one in, and then see what happens. So I removed the snap-on covers from both sides, removed the seat, and the fuel pump resides right here. As you can see, gravity assists the flow to the pump, and the pump shoots it back up here into the dual carburetors. I replaced the fuel lines because they were kind of rotted away, but now we're gonna get that sucker out of there. So we're gonna have to access. It sits under the battery, so I gotta pull the battery out. Gotta move this cover off, and then to see how far I can get in there. So looking at the new fuel pump, there's not really a lot to it. Looks like it just kind of snaps into something. There might be a clamp that holds onto it. Cool. In. Now I know which one's in. Okay. Doesn't look too difficult, but it looks like there's a lot of disassembly just to get to this guy. I removed the gas tank for safety reasons because I don't want gas flying around. And I'm going to remove the battery completely. I've already disconnected it. It's going to pull it out of there. It's kind of a tight squeeze to get that sucker out. Okay, I'm going to remove this battery tray. I was able to get the battery out by getting my fingers in there and just kind of wedging it out. So I'm going to remove this, just loosen these two bolts, and I'm going to take this cover off. You can either use an 8mm. I also noticed that you can use a 5/16. They're about the same size. So if you have either or, you can remove this cover here. So now I'm going to take this cover off here with a simple Phillips screwdriver. I believe there's only 3 screws there. And now I have some play, which is good. Now on the other side, so here I believe is a 10mm. I've got 2 10mm bolts. Maybe I removed one too many. And there's the fuel pump. As you can see, it's just kind of clipped on there. So I'm going to grab it, slide it back towards me and out. Let's see what happens there. It's a rubber piece and it goes to the back. So I'm going to use the same pair of pliers and just kind of slide this sucker over that lip. That way clears it, and there it is. It should be loose there. All right. The rubber thing goes underneath and over. Somebody tore it before. It's ripped. Right? Just gotta find where that wire clips on to unclip it, and we should be able to be in business right away. So that wire seems to be going in a cluster under this piece of plastic. Yep, there's a bunch of clips there. All right, let me find the right one. Okay, I got that plug taken out. Let's see what we have here. Okay, there's the old fuel pump. Here's the new fuel pump. I was concerned that these two clips were not the same, but now looking at them, they're just different colors. All right. So I'm gonna put it back together and then see what happens. Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these clips off. This was the in. This is the one with the filter. This goes to the tank. And there's the return. So luckily this one's marked with in, which is correct. I was a little concerned that my business partner may have done it backwards, but it looks good. So I'm gonna swap these things out. We'll go from there. Okay, so I got the new pump put back together. This one's marked with an inlet. See, it says in. So I make sure that it's the part with the filter. But the issue I'm having now is that this is the rubber grommet that holds it. I don't know, it's been under, I guess, oil ate it up or something. So I was thinking about taping it, but I thought, how long is that gonna last? So I'm gonna get a hose clamp, run it along this edge just to keep it in place. Therefore, I can mount it back where it needs to be. All right, so instead of using a hose clamp, I went ahead and used a couple of zip ties. Put that sucker back. It's gonna sit in there like this. All right, now let's put it together. All right, I got it clipped back in there, suspended from that rubber grommet. See it right there? There it is. All right, and I'm gonna run the wire, connect it back in here. There you are, come here. Come here, wire. That guy goes right in here. Ta-da! All right, now just organize these wires back up and put everything back together. Okay, now that I got the bike back together, it appears the battery's dead. My charger's not giving me a reading here. That's what it takes to replace the fuel pump on a 2003 Honda Shadow Spirit. You have any questions? Feel free to leave me a comment. Please subscribe. Some likes would be nice. And if you have any suggestions for other videos, please feel free to let me know. Be safe. Be alert to ride again. Thanks.